By all accounts, Alan Pinkerton was as miserable and unpleasant as he was honest and trustworthy. With his discipline and a thorough, methodical approach, he revolutionized detection. Soon, local sheriffs and businesses were asking him for help with horse thieves and counterfeiters. By the mid-1850s, the railroads were pushing their way across America. Just like the internet a century and a half later, the railroads were a technological revolution, and they created a whole new species of outlaw. Alan Pinkerton became an expert on the underside of the railroad business. He hunted down train robbers and spied on railway workers who were stealing fares and freight. Pinkerton insinuated himself into Illinois Republican circles in 1860 and followed Abraham Lincoln to Washington. Pinkerton had a great sense of timing and self-promotion. On the very eve of Abraham Lincoln's inauguration, Pinkerton claimed to uncover a conspiracy called the Baltimore Plot to assassinate Lincoln before he could take the oath of office.
His agents were out in the bars and the restaurants, and they caught wind of a plot to assassinate Abraham Lincoln on his way to the first inauguration. So Pinkerton was hired to protect Abraham Lincoln. He disguised him as a well-to-do farmer. He made him take off his tall silk hat and made him wear a floppy farmer's hat and a cape. And then he arranged for him to be on a different train than he was supposed to be on.
Alan Pinkerton ran intelligence for the Army of the Potomac in the Civil War and helped form an early version of the Secret Service. As the railroads moved past the cities and out into the post-war frontier, they became more and more vulnerable and less capable of protecting themselves. Jesse James, along with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, became famous for robbing trains and banks. There was no one to chase them but Pinkertons, and Alan Pinkerton became almost as famous as his targets. He was so popular that hardly anyone noticed they got away.
He chased Jesse James for 16 years. He never caught him. Some of Pinkerton's agents were killed in the process, and Jesse James really wanted to kill Alan Pinkerton, but that didn't happen either.
Alan Pinkerton was forced to invent a new kind of law enforcement on the fly as the Pinkertons went along, often on horseback, across the Wild West.